Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 is on. And there's Kendra.
Here I am.
What's happening?
Not too much. How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Good.
Nice day.
It is.
Ready to rock and roll with this. It's going to be good. You had a good day, Kendra?
It was good.
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 Interest playing a game.
All right.
You don't have to pull double duty tonight, do you?
No.
And now, your voice of Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats softball, Cody Schuler.
Good. And welcome in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for all of today's best country music and the Will Cody Morning Show, who brings you all of the local news in Franklin and around Simpson County. We are also the station that brings you all of your local Franklin-Simpson Wildcat sports, including tonight's Lady Cats softball matchup taking on the Butler. My name is Cody Schuler, and I'll be along with you on the call tonight. Back in studio producing, I've got Kendra pressing all the right buttons, making this show go on for us. She's the absolute best, and I'm thankful for her. We're coming to you live tonight from Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball complex, located in between Franklin-Simpson High School and Simpson Elementary. If you'd like to come out and get a first-hand look at these girls while you've still got time, hey, it's a beautiful day, and they're going to be putting on an athletic show out here. Parking is actually located at Simpson Elementary School parking lot. So come out, get a hot dog, and enjoy the game with us. And if you can't do that, and you're in your car listening to us on 92.3 FM, don't change the radio dial. And if you got to go inside or something, you know what? Download that app, 923 WFKN, or you could go to 923WFKN.com and smash that listen live button and hang out with us. Or if you wanted to watch the game along with us, you can tune into Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 on YouTube and go right along with us from there. Moving on, your Lady Cats are getting set to take on the visiting Butler County Lady Bears after back-to-back wins this week in dramatic fashion. Most recently, our girls just swept their season series against the Russellville Lady Panthers, which is a huge pickup because it is all-important district matchup in that 7-5 victory. Now, in that 7-5 victory, our biggest rival against our biggest rival, Addie Shelton, comes huge again for the Lady Cats. This has been a coming out party for Addie recently, basically all season long, I guess you should say. And I couldn't be more excited to see it because it just keeps coming up in huge moments. She went 3 for 5 with another double in this one. The biggest takeaway from this game, in particular to me, is 7th grader Piper West, who continues to get more and more confident with the more playing time that she gets out there on the field. I talked about her in her last broadcast. And she gets more confident in her role with this team. Piper started this game from the circle, and she went 5 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. 2 of those were earned. She just walked 2 batters and had, count them all with me now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strikeouts. This means that Piper recorded 12 out of a possible 14 outs that she was playing. for her team that was allotted while she was in the game. Yes, 12 strikeouts out of the 14 possible outs. And yes, you think about that, 4 runs a little bit, but you can hang your hat on the fact that the 7th grader has got some really good stuff coming out of the circle now. I mean, she is really, really growing up right before our eyes. Piper West showing out and delivering for a team that is definitely in need of another arm out of the circle. Next thing we got to hit on, and I promise I'll maintain my excitement while discussing this, was the incredible comeback that the Lady Cats put on Monday night. Step aside Monday Night Football, step aside Monday Night Raw, step aside Monday Night whatever. The Lady Cats were the best show on this past Monday without question. Errors were a little problematic for us early on, and I would venture to say the main cause of why we found ourselves in the hole to begin with. But the first inning went down 4-1 after an opening homer from Chloe Smith. I want to touch on that because it comes back in the end. Warren East continued to pound the ball into open spaces, and we continued to make some unforced errors. So after the top of the 5th inning, we were down 10-2 after the top of the 5th inning. At this point, I'd imagine half turned off the feed, changed the radio channel, quit paying attention. But the Lady Cats, they were not counting themselves out. Our girls put up 7 runs in the bottom of the 5th to make it a 10-9 Warren East lead heading into the top of the 6th. Warren East didn't entirely fold, though. See, we came back and nearly tied the game with it, but they added another run to make this an 11-9 ball game in the top of the 6th. They didn't just sit back and say, oh, gosh golly, they've got the momentum. Let's go into the dugout and pack it up, back to Bowling Green. But their efforts, you got to say, were futile against the train that was coming through to derail their upset bid against a team with a great home crowd in the Franklin-Simpson cheering section. These kids fought all the way back to tie the game on a walked batter, and then none other than Chloe Smith, who had heard prior in the game, was walking up to the plate with a bases-loaded opportunity with 2 outs on the board, and Chloe did what Chloe does, and that was step back off the plate, eye down a ball that was a little high in the zone, and get the barrel of the bat around and down to send that moonshot out of left field to clear the bases and gain the lead for the final time and make this a 15-11 ball game. The moment was in my opinion, nearly a season-defining one for this team. The moment that Chloe rounding base after such an emotional hit with herself and her entire Lady Cats roster recognizing what an incredible comeback had just occurred. And I'm told that you could hear the cheers all up the hill at the baseball fields loud and clear. It is a moment that I will remember as a broadcaster because it will forever live on their minds as well. As Chloe hit her 2nd home run of the game, her 8th of the season. Your Lady Cats went on to a 12-9 record and 13-9 after the win against the Lady Panthers. Moving on. Now that we've gotten past that, as we're getting some starting lineups going on here. Moving on, Butler County is 6-11 on the season overall. They are looking at a Lady Cats team that feels like the momentum is blowing in their direction before the game even gets started here, especially when you consider that we defeated Butler on their home field in the opening game of the regular season at their place 8-7. Now, don't let the record fool you. Their full season statistics are a little staggering when you look at them in totality. 8th grader Emmeline Mode is hitting .537 on the season. Senior Carrington Hunt is hitting .537. Top pitcher, senior Miley Franzel, who has 55 innings and a 4.02 ERA, is hitting a .413 batting average. Tinsley Belcher, the senior, is hitting .386. Then Taylor Smith, Brielle Belcher, Kaylin Smith, and Carly Cardwell are also all hitting over .300. So don't overlook this Lady Bears team just based on their win-loss record. We've got ourselves a ball game here tonight, okay? I'm going to wait before I go through those starting lineups with you. So we're going to go ahead and take a little break for the finishing up of these starting lineups here at the field and the national anthem. So we're going to take us about a 3-minute break, and then we'll get right back with the 2 favorite words in all of sports, which are play ball. We'll be right back on 92.3 WFKN.
Please rise and remove your hats. Now for the
Hey, real quick, what's the injury to Hester? Do we know? Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, Dr. Hansi saw the game of night. It wasn't good. There was some needling, stuff like that.
Oh, welcome back in, everybody. It's a 92.3 WFKN, your home for all of Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcat Athletics. And tonight, we're coming to you from Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats Softball Complex. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for being on the call with us, no matter how you're joining us. Hey, we're going to get started with the visiting team starting lineups. Leading off is going to be first baseman Franzel, then going to be followed up by right fielder Belcher, then shortstop Hunt, left fielder Belcher, then catcher Emmeline Mode, then followed up by the pitcher Smith, then the designated player Jones, followed up by third baseman Smith, and then center fielder Cardwell. Now Tomes will be playing second base, but not in the lineup hitting. Now, leading off for your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats, pitching tonight from the circle is going to be the senior Chloe Smith, followed up by second baseman Addie Shelton. Then catching tonight is going to be number 17, Jaden Coe. And then shortstop Lily Ferguson is going to remain in her cleanup position. And then over on first base is going to be Presley West. And then left fielder Ansley Holland. Third baseman Kylie Scott. Right fielder is going to be Piper West. Not too used to seeing her out there. And then center fielder is going to be Ava Holland. Everybody's coming in to the circle to greet Chloe here before this one actually gets going. Here comes Jay back behind the plate. Here it comes. We get to say it. Home plate umpire points at everybody. Play ball. I love that. As we said, leading off is going to be Franzel. Here's the pitch. Right down Main Street for strike one for Chloe Smith. Now, we are supremely used to hearing the name of Hester Blankenberg, pardon me. Ball one goes low. 1-1 count now to the leadoff, Franzel. But Blankenberg is dealing with a nagging little injury. She's not going to be in the lineup tonight. We know that Hester leads the way just as an eighth grader, right at double the innings pitched of everybody else, and carries just over a 3 ERA. That's a little bloop over to the shortstop, Lily Ferguson. She runs right over it for out number one. Lily, the senior, hitting .328 on the season. Now here comes Belcher. Brielle Belcher, an eighth grader. Strike one, swinging. Now, Brielle Belcher, the eighth grader, is hitting .309 on the year. Here's the pitch. Couldn't catch up to that one. Strike two. .309 average is pretty good for an eighth grader, especially facing big-time varsity talent against the likes of Chloe Smith out there, even though she's not in her normal position of pitching. That one gets down to the dirt. Ball one. Ball, two strikes, one away to the number 2 hitter here tonight in the top of the first inning. It is right at the 6 o'clock hour. And so thank you for joining us here on 92.3. Swings through strike three, ring up one for Chloe Smith. That's exactly what we need for her to do, is get started early in the circle, get a little bit of confidence moving. Now here comes the shortstop, Hunt. Carrington Hunt, a senior, hitting .537, swings through, foul ball. Hunt opting for some different style shoes. I don't know if she's doing that on purpose, if they are turf shoes or what, but they kind of look like regular Nike tennis shoes to me from up here. Some Air Maxes. Maybe they've got some different bottoms on them, I'm not sure, but out here on the turf field, some of these kids choose some things differently. 0-2 count now to Hunt. Let's see if Chloe can get out the inning. Ball a little high now. Carrington, obviously a big-time hitter with 537 average. Rocks back, wind up, pitch. That's a chopper over to Chloe. I mean, Kylie called foul ball. It was fair when she fielded it, so I'm not sure how that the home plate umpire is going to clear that one, but whatever. I don't like it because it would have been an out. Call throws ball 3 now, does Chloe. See, the fans are still talking about that one. Here's the pitch. Swings through. That's a grounder over to Lily, and Lily fires over to Presley for out number 3. Making routine plays look routine. Great job there by your Lady Cats defense to get out of the top of the first with no harm done. We'll be right back with your Lady Cats coming up to bat live on 92.3 WFAN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to...
Chucky, how you doing, buddy?
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
Today's best country.
Bottom of the first inning. Leading off for your Lady Cats is going to be the senior number 8, Chloe Smith. This is going to be Smith versus Smith out here. The Smith for the Lady Bears is 8th grader Callan Smith. She's thrown 48 innings, carries a 6.42 ERA. Throws the first one high and outside. So, accomplished for an 8th grader, much like we are with Hester Blankenberg. Another one high and outside. I'd imagine that she's thinking in the back of her head that she's going to be a little extra careful, as in her 2 games ago, lead-off home run, get things going for her Lady Cats. Swings through that one. A little high in the zone, but got it past her. It's something you don't see very often, is one just get past Chloe like that. I mean, phenomenal bat speed. Here's the pitch. Pops that one up. It's going to go, get out of here, ball in foul territory. There we go. Count rolls 2-2 now. Sometimes it takes seeing a couple of pitches and working a count and working a pitcher a little bit before you can get a feel for what they've got going on. Hopefully that's what we're seeing right here. Chloe moves in on the plate a little bit now. Here's the pitch. Cuts underneath one again for another foul ball. It's what you can appreciate about Chloe, too, is that she doesn't change her swing. The swing remains the same, but where she's at in the box will change. Here's the pitch. Ball high now. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wind blowing straight out towards right field right now. A little windier than what we've experienced recently. Here's the pitch. Hammers that one to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly. Fires it over to first. Goes just a little bit high, and first baseman Franzel gets it down and just tags Chloe. Hunt made a nice play on the hard hit ball. Took a couple of hops and went right at her. Now here comes the white hot bat of Addie Shelton. Takes ball high. Let's take a look and see what Addie's doing on the season right now in terms of hitting. Hitting .361 now. Goes ball high, up and in just a bit. Yeah, she's second. Well, right at second on the team to Chloe in terms of batting average. Tied for the team lead with 8 doubles. Nope, that's wrong. Lily's got 9. Lily's leading the team. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Shelton. Sends that one high and deep to center field. Getting underneath it is the Lady Bears, Cardwell. She squeezes it for out number 2. Took it for a ride, but right at Cardwell. Now here comes Jaden Coe, the sophomore, hitting .333 on the season. I like seeing Jaden behind the plate, having all that energy and emotion. All tailed in, we'll say. Callan Smith gets really underneath the ball. Almost, I don't know if there's such thing as a submarine style pitcher when it comes to softball, but the way that she kind of flicks her fingers underneath of the ball when you would be the equivalent of what you would see when a submarine style baseball pitcher flicks it underneath it. And she gets some extra velocity on her pitches as she blows that one past Coe as well. For just an 8th grader, she's out here throwing gas right now. Got to give the 8th grader some credit. Ripping them down the line there. Those ball 2, just a bit high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Sun nice and warm out there, beaming in. There's another ball. Now, here's the payoff. Let's see if we can get a 2-out rally going from the sophomore. Wind up, pitch. Rings up, called strike 3 looking. That was a bit off the plate, and I'd like to have an ABS because Jaden Coe would be tapping the top of her head to let that one be checked again. But it's okay. We'll see what we can do on the defense side of the balls. We're all knotted up at 0. We'll find out what the Lady Cats can do when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Cats to head back out on the defensive side of the ball after a 3-up, 3-down bottom of the first inning. You got to give it to Callan Smith, the 8th grader for the visiting Lady Butler Bears. Kind of a different looking throwing motion than what I'm used to seeing, quite frankly, from anyone. Our Lady Cats figured it out, though. They figured it out at their place. Now here's Chloe back in the circle. Throws a nice ball down the middle of the plate, and it's a grounder over to Addie Shelton. Routine play. Picks it up, sends it over to Presley West at first for out number 1. First pitch swinging, 1 out. Next up is going to be Emmeline Mode, 8th grader. Mode catches for the Lady Bears. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper over to shortstop. Lily Ferguson fires it over to West. Nice and easy out, number 2, first pitch swinging. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. Now here comes the pitcher, number 3, Callan Smith. Smith's hitting .304 on the season. Right-handed hitter as well as pitcher. Here's the pitch. Now, chopper up the middle. Let's see if Lily can get there. She runs it down and fires it over to West for out number 3. Fantastic athletic move there from the senior, Lily Ferguson. Do you call that an immaculate inning? 3 pitches, 3 swings, 3 outs? I mean, I'm not even gonna go to break right now because what was I with you here now for like a minute? I'm just going to hang out and talk with you some more because that was just so fast. And I haven't really been able to talk to you yet about what our Lady Cats are doing on the season as Lily Ferguson, the senior 2-sport premier athlete here at Franklin-Simpson High School, is going to be heading to the batter's box here real soon. Leading for your Lady Cats in the batting average department is Chloe Smith, hitting .476 with 8 home runs now. And here's a big-time staggering stat for Chloe. She's got 27 walks. 27 walks. And, I mean, that's just a huge number. Junior Addie Shelton hitting .361. Sophomore Presley West hitting .362. Hitting .333 is the sophomore Jaden Coe. And followed up by freshman Ansley Holland hitting .304 on the year. And then hitting .328 is the senior that's about to step into the batter's box, Lily Ferguson. Lily not with the power so far that we've seen this season in comparison to last season. I think last season she finished the year with 8 home runs, and here we are right around just getting it past this midway point of the year. Maybe not the power, but I tell you what, the senior leadership, the batting average, the quarterback of the defense out there in the shortstop position, I mean, all those things go such a long way for this soccer/softball star at Franklin-Simpson High School. As she steps into the batter box. Bottom of the second inning, getting going underway now with this first pitch. Swings at that one. That one's going straight away center field right at Cardwell for out number 1. That's a difficult one right there. I mean, she put a lot of bat on the ball and just nothing that she could really do with it. Now here comes Presley West, super sophomore first baseman. In on the plate a little bit. Let's strike 1 go. Callan Smith ran that one down Main Street. Here, pitch number 2. Goes ball high. Weather permitting, we will be with you for tomorrow night's baseball game. That ball had some movement on it right there from the 8th grader Smith, and tails off just a bit outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now with 1 away. Presley West leads the team with second on the team, with 8 doubles. Let's strike 2 go by. Gonna have to turn up the aggression at the plate now. And she moves back in the batter's box just a bit. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, still just 1 away to the sophomore. Ansley Holland waiting on deck. Fantastic freshman. Here's the payoff. Swings through, strike number 3. And Smith has got her 2nd strikeout of the game. Tell you what, Smith coming and dealing so far. I mean, she's faced 5 batters and retired all 5. After an 8-7 ball game at their place to start the year, I did not expect a ball 1 high up and in. I did not expect a pitcher's duel here tonight. 7 and 8 runs, that's plenty of runs for a ball game. Ansley takes strike 1, looking. Gets back off the plate just a little bit this time, does Ansley? Ball just a bit up in the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Her play in left field so far this season has been just wonderful. I mean, she's made some fantastic plays out there. Fouled off for strike 2. To be just a freshman, she shows a lot of poise out there in left field. Where even as of last season, we had to do some moving around to get some players out there. Swings through strike 3, and Smith has got her 3rd strikeout of the game. She's seen 6 batters and retired all 6 so far. My goodness, what a pitcher's duel we've got. All knotted up at 0 heading into the top of 3rd. We'll take a quick break and be right back with you on 92.3 WFKN.
Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves, he caught it! He caught it! Signal a touchdown! The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down.
I even asked that last year on the broadcast.
I heard her say it on the radio when she came out to pitch her first time ever in varsity game. She struggled a little bit. She's doing pretty good this year. She actually started our very first game of the year.
Oh, cool.
Varsity. She played a little bit.
And Saturday from 8 until noon. 26 Nashville Road. All Seasons Rental is a proud sponsor of Franklin-Simpson Sports.
Heading into the top of the 3rd, as Chloe Smith walks back into the circle. And we're getting ready now. I mean, just all knotted up at 0s here. As Chloe throws ball 1 to the designated player Jones. Madison Jones, who's a senior, hitting .244 on the year. Throws ball 2. I mean, for each team, it's been 6 batters faced, 6 batters retired. She takes strike 1. That's a little low and in on the zone, but given the benefit of the doubt on that one. Chloe on her game so far to this point. Swings through at strike 2. Count goes 2-2. She has not gotten too far behind in a count, and that's what you really got to look at, is that we haven't seen a 3-0 count yet. Oh, that's a grounder to Lily. Lily bobbles it and picks it up, tries to fire it over to first. Oh, man. Well, first base runner here of the evening. To lead off the top of the 3rd inning, it was the designated player Jones. Now here comes the 3rd baseman Smith. She takes strike 1, looking. Jones is senior. We'll see if she's got any kind of stealing speed. She does not go. Fouled off, strike 2. With an injured Hester Blankenberg, this is the Chloe Smith we need from the circle. That is for certain. Here's the pitch. Swings through. Runs down to second. And steals is Jones. I think she kind of didn't necessarily want to steal, is that she got caught in no man's land and just took off. She made it there safely, though. Head first slide. I think all of these high school kids are still getting used to sliding on turf. Whenever I see them, it still looks goofy to this point. Here's the pitch. Goes low and inside. Fields it cleanly, does Co. Especially head first slides. It's like they just flop down rather than sliding. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Excellent work from Chloe. Cardwell up to bat now for the Lady Bears. Playing center field tonight. Hits one out to center field and gets on top of Ava Holland quick. Ava Holland throws it in. It's going to be at the plate, not in time. And Jones scores the first run of the game for the Lady Bears. With a hit to center. And Cardwell, the center fielder, is going to go all the way up to second there for a RBI double. Back to the top of the lineup, and here's Franzel. Swings through, strike one. Miley Franzel, the senior, hitting .413. Goes ball high. Franzel with just 6 RBIs, but she is the leadoff. Here's the pitch. Pops one up. That's going to be foul territory at first base. Squeezed out. Presley West, out number 2. There comes number 24, Brielle Belcher, 8th grader. Brielle is hitting .309. And take strike one. And this was what I'm talking about whenever I said their record is not indicative of their stats. Emmeline Mode, the 8th grader, while hitting .537, has 28 RBIs. Swings through a strike 2, does Belcher. 28 RBIs. I mean, that is huge numbers. I mean, just for context, Chloe Smith, who's a Division I player, is hitting .476 with 30 RBIs. So a little less batting average and only 2 more RBIs. Swings through it, strike 3, does Belcher, and records another strikeout, does Chloe Smith. So no more damage done after the 1 run does score, and Chloe gets her second strikeout. We're going to see if your Lady Cats can figure out the anomaly that is the 8th grader, Callan Smith, when we return on 92.3 WFKN.
Franklin, we keep things moving, from the work trucks to the family vans. We all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for all of today's best country music, and Will Cody in the morning, as well as Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcat Athletics. I'm Cody Schuler, currently with you in the bottom of the 3rd inning right now, with Kylie Scott leading off against the visiting Butler County Lady Bears, who are doing a fine job so far. Butler has yet to allow a base runner. 6 hitters face, 6 batters put down. And they've got a 1-0 lead. And Callan Smith, the 8th grader, has been out here absolutely dealing. During the break, I do want to point this out. I saw a red-headed young lady cat running by who I thought to myself, I've never seen her before. Man, she looks a whole lot like the just recently graduated, as of last season, Allie Utley. And I thought to myself, who is that? I said, man, she's number 14. I look, and her name is Lily Utley. I said, oh, my word, we've got another one. Addie. She'll go down in Franklin-Simpson softball lore as she was a phenomenal hitter. I mean, hit over 500 most of her career. Most seasons, didn't strike out but once or twice. Was a phenomenal player here at Franklin-Simpson High School. Sweetest young lady, too. As Kylie Scott's now looking at a 3-ball, 2-strike, full count. Leading off here, this one. Here's the payoff. Goes ball high, and the Lady Cats got a base runner. Now we're talking. Moves over to first. Here comes Piper West, the star of last week's game. Or our most recent game against Russellville when she struck out 12. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1. Now Piper hitting right at the Mendoza line. You can Google that if you don't know what it is. Whoa! That strike zone just got about the side of a city block. As she takes strike 2. I don't care what they say. That was a good eye there by the 7th grader. Here's pitch number 3. Sends that one out into right field. That's going to get down for a hit, and Kylie is going to remain at second. The right fielder, Belcher, started to charge it and then just caught it on a 1-hop and fired it in to her cutoff at second base. Tomes nicely to hold the runner at second. So your Lady Cats, the bottom of the roster, getting things moving here with the walk from Scott and then Piper West. And now here comes center fielder Ava Holland. Now Ava, the junior, hitting .263 on the year, is the type of hitter who can, while she's hitting .263 and, you know, it's not gaudy numbers, still a fantastic hitter. She's done really well for us in seasons past when given the opportunity. And I feel like that 9-hole spot is almost like beginning the lineup again, especially because she's a left-handed hitter. She does really well from the left-hand side of the plate. 1-1 count now with 2 on, nobody away. Swings through, foul ball for strike 2. Runner in scoring position for the Lady Cats. Excellent crowd here tonight. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate it so much. Here's the pitch. Ball out off the plate for ball 2. Two count. Wind up, pitch. Swings on that one, going to be out of play for a foul ball. Looming in the on-deck circle is the top of the lineup in Chloe Smith. Here's the pitch. Turns her inwards and called strike 3. She spun all the way around. And I tell you what, I don't know if you can necessarily, it's hard to tell from my point of view. We'll just say that. I don't think it was as off the plate as Ava thought it was, but I don't think it was near enough to be called strike 3. Should have been ball 3. Here's Chloe Smith now, hammers one out to left field. Get out of here, ball. Ding, 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 dinger! A 3-run jack. Chloe Smith, home run! Boy, it's good to be at home when you've got senior number 8, Chloe Smith, up to bat. You could see her sit back on that pitch, let the ball come to her, and then use that bat speed to level that one. Line drive it out of the park nearly. Puts up a big swing, and she picks up right where she left off against that Warren East team where she had 2 home runs, and that's her 9th on the season. Wow. A 3-run shot. Chloe Smith doing Chloe Smith things. Addie Shelton fires one up the middle. It gets past the shortstop. Addie Shelton right on her heels, picking up where she left off. It appears we have figured out the toss from Callan Smith. And it is now a 3-1 Lady Cat lead. Here's the pitch. Goes inside. For ball 1 to Jaden Coe. Sometimes it takes an inning or two to figure out a pitcher. Sends that one into foul territory down the first base line. Being there for strike 1 now. 1-1 count now with 1 away. Runner on first is Addie Shelton with plenty of speed, so if she can find that huge opening out in right center field, right fielders way far right. Well, at least our home plate blue is pretty consistent with that outside strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's sent out of play, foul ball. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Highlighted by a 3-run laser beam out to left field off the bat of North Alabama commit Chloe Smith. Chloe, I hope you like purple. Be wearing a whole lot of it next season. Another one fouled off out of play off the bat of Jaden Coe. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Addie Shelton still over on first. Coe, the sophomore, here's the pitch. Swings through, fouled off back here into the net this time. At least it stays here on the field. Looming on deck is Lily Ferguson, who I'm sure is probably aching to get back up there to bat. Her first at bat was a line shot out to center field. Yeah, that was most definitely strike 3, caught looking. So, another strikeout for Smith, her 4th of the game. Here comes the senior Lily Ferguson with 2 away, runner still over on first. Sun beaming in out of right center field now. Goes over the head of Ferguson. Emmeline Mode behind the plate for the Bears keeps threatening to throw it over to first. I wonder how long before Coach Cottle wants to test the arm. Takes strike 1, does Ferguson. Coach Cottle not afraid to gamble on a stolen base. Goes ball outside. Yep, Mode continues to fake the throw down to first. I'd say it's just about high time we make her do it, see what she's got. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Turns on that one, fouled off for strike 2. Jammed her up a bit. Callan Smith able to put a lot of spin on this ball. The way she flicks it and turns her wrist inward almost towards her body. And it finds movement on the ball. Another one fouled off out of play. Two. Still a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the third with 2 away. Here's the pitch. Popped up out of play again. Get a few more balls into the home plate umpire's bag. Now here's the pitch. Turns on that one. It's a bloop right over to third. And she flies out to Smith. And that's out number 3 here in the bottom of the third. But not before Chloe Smith can put bat to ball and send that laser shot out over the left field fence. And the Lady Cats take a 3-1 lead. We'll find out if the Butler Lady Bears can answer when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Utility provider. Call 586-4441 for electric service and fiber. Franklin Electric Plant Board, keeping Franklin connected and powered up.
Top 4. And first pitch swinging there is number 16, Carrington Hunt, the shortstop. There's a little chopper over to Kylie Scott, and she picks up, fields it cleanly, sends it over to Presley West. Thank you for joining us here. We're at Franklin-Simpson High School softball complex, and your Lady Cats are doing what they do and putting on a show. It's a 3-1 lead right now against the visiting Butler County Lady Bears. That's a base hit right out towards center field. Split the pitcher and second baseman, and Smith and Shelton. Next up to bat's going to be number 6, the catcher, Emmeline Mode. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high. Here's the pitch for Chloe. Strike 1. Now, Chloe coming into this season, she'd only pitched 19 2/3 innings and was carrying right at a 6 ERA. Reaches out and taps that one. Oh, pardon me. Got tongue-tied. Kylie Scott. I nearly called her Chloe Scott. Kylie Scott sends it over to first and bobbled at first base, and so Mode will be safe. There comes the pitcher, Callan Smith, and 25, Raylyn Nicewinter, the freshman. Raylyn Nicewinter will come in and be a courtesy runner for Mode, who's the catcher. Now let's see what Smith can do from the plate, hitting right over 300. And the Bears are in business with runners on first and second and just one away. Sent out to left center field on her horse, running, and underneath it, a fantastic play is Ava Holland, and she chucks it down to third base. Kylie Scott made a good catch over there at third and then fires it to second to try to get the lead runner. What? Pardon me, the secondary runner, Nicewinter. But Nicewinter is safe, and that's out number 2. Now here comes Jones. Jones, I do believe, got things going last time. Liner right at Addie Shelton for out number 3, and they leave 2 ducks on the pond. Quack, 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 all the way back to the dugout. And the lead remains at 3-1 Lady Cats, and they're going to get their bats warmed up yet again as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be right back on 92.3 WFKN.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
No matter your game, Franklin Bank and Trust equips you for success.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at Franklin-Simpson High School, and your Lady Cats still got a 3-1 lead with the super sophomore Presley West, first baseman, taking strike 1, leading off things here. Presley West hitting .362 on the year. 25 hits, 24 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Fouled one off out of play over her home dugout. As the count rolls to 0-2 pretty quickly. Finds herself in an 0-2 hole. And that one's out of the left-handed hitter's batter's box. If he would have been consistent, he would have called that a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, though. Getting pretty tight over top of the plate. Here's the pitch. Reaches out there and taps that one out of play in foul territory down the right field line. Gets signaled, does Smith, and here's West. There's the pitch. Goes in tight for ball 2. The impressive thing, perhaps most impressive about this 8th grade pitcher for Butler County has been that she does not mind to throw inside. So often with younger pitchers, you'll see them try to keep things outside. It's almost as if they get scared of hitting someone. This count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff. Goes ball 4. The Wildcats got a leadoff runner. And here comes left fielder, freshman number 1, Ansley Holland. Yeah, younger pitchers, they don't want to hit anybody, so they tend to throw more outside. But Smith is not afraid to try to paint that inside part of the plate. Showing bunt, pulls back, still a strike. Let's see if Ansley shows bunt yet again. Shows bunt. Oh, fouled off and down. Now finds herself in an 0-2 hole. So let's see if she can put something in play. Perhaps at least move the runner. Pretty good gap between short and third right now. Sends that one out into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. And firing in there is the left fielder, Belcher. Trying to get the lead runner at second. I tell you what, if she had fired to first, she might have caught Ansley right there. She was on top of that one so quickly, it was just a one-hopper. We saw that last week from Carson Kelly, the Wildcat out of right field, catching a hitter napping, running to first, and he caught a one-hopper, threw it into first, and recorded an out. Here's Kylie Scott now. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Lays down the bunt. Smith picks it up, fires it over to first, and Kylie knows that she did something good, walks away clapping her hands, even though barely got her out, moves the runners to second and third. Here comes Piper West up to bat. Great job there. Sacrifice, runner moving, bunt. So just one away now. A little bit of small ball here from Lady Cats. I'm standing directly behind where home plate would be right now, and I don't like that. That's off the plate inside, it appears, from my perspective. Here's the pitch. Swings through a strike, too. And see, that's what it does to hitters, especially young hitters. Whenever you call strikes that are off the plate like that, then they tend to be much more aggressive and swing at things that aren't in the strike zone. It's ball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Sends that one out to right field. Get down! That's going to be a base hit. Presley West is going to score. And Ansley Holland, there's going to be a play at the plate. She's head first sliding. It is in there for a 2-run single, and she's going to move on up to second on the pass ball at home plate. Nearly a play at the plate there. Ansley Holland showing off some speed by the freshman. And here comes Ava Holland. Holland and Holland holding down the outfield on the left side and center field. Now, see, that was a better looking pitch than the previous one that was called a strike, and that's a ball. Inconsistency tonight. I'm sorry, I shouldn't argue balls and strikes, but, I'm a competitor. What can I say? That's a ball. Piper West out on second base after the 2 RBI single. Your Lady Cats got things going in the right direction right now with a 5-1 lead. Send out to left field. Oh, and left fielder gets underneath it. Piper West going to remain at second. Belcher gets underneath that one. Thought she was going to have to chase it a bit. And here comes our pitcher, senior, top of the lineup, Chloe Smith, now with 9 home runs. Looks like they're going to pitch to her. Ball high. Smith throws that one high and tight, unafraid. That one's low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-run laser beam out to left field in her previous at-bat, where she kind of rocked back, and another one in tight. Chloe didn't like that one. I don't blame her. That's 3 straight that have been in real tight on the hands. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 away, runner on second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ball low. She wanted something to swing at right there and got nothing. And here comes Addie Shelton. She singled in her last at-bat. Set up the center of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Sent over to the shortstop. Shortstop, she's going to beat Chloe to second for out number 3. Nice work there by Hunt, Carrington Hunt, for the Butler County Lady Bears to get out number 3. But not before the bat of Piper West can do some damage and get a 2 RBI single. And Lady Cats have now got a 5-1 lead. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Heading into the top of the 5th inning, your Lady Cats have a 5-1 lead. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us. Chloe Smith been dealing pretty well from the circle in her limited action she's had to this point throughout the season, but due to the injury to Hester Blankenberg, nothing major. She's stepping in and reprising her role in excellent fashion as a pitcher. That one sent off the inside part of the bat. Grounder to Lily Ferguson. She picks it up, fires it over to Presley West for out number 1. That's been the best thing so far, is that we've seen this defense do what the defense needs to do, and that's back up their pitcher in pretty well fashion so far. I think we've only seen one error to this point through, nearly 5 innings worth of work. Goes ball high, does Chloe. To number 4, Carly Cardwell, center fielder. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. Ball 2. Miley Franzel in the on-deck circle for the Lady Bears. Here's the pitch. That's strike 1. Looked like that ball had some movement on it from Smith. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. To Cardwell. Here's the pitch. Goes way outside there for ball 3. Now we're up against what is known as a hitter's count, where pitcher tries to get something across the plate here. Get it past the hitter. Does just that, and it's going to be hit right at Piper West. She fades a couple of feet to her left and records out number 2. She was set up really well out there in right field, shading a hair to the foul line, and didn't have to move too much for that one. Now here comes the senior, Franzel, hitting .413 on the year. Right-handed hitter. That one gets out of Chloe's hand. Slips, and she's starting to turn it loose. Goes ball high. Wind up, pitch. Goes ball low that time. Does some heat for ball 2. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. We're just a few minutes to the 7 o'clock hour, still holding steady at 78 degrees out here. It's been a beautiful Thursday spring day here on April 23rd. Sends that one out to center field. Underneath it is Ava Holland. She records out number 3. Nice little 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Lady Cats to keep things moving in their direction with their 5-1 lead. We'll see if their bats can remain hot when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
assembled for over 40 years, handcrafted only.
Catcher 17, Jake Coe.
Bottom of the 5th inning with your Lady Cats leading 5-1 over the visiting Butler Lady Bears. That sun's starting to get lower and lower out there in the sky, and it's beaming in here pretty bright straight into home plate. Right-handed hitter Jaden Coe is going to lead things off for us against Smith. Sends one foul down third base line. Coe catching tonight. We see a combination of Coe and Smith behind the plate frequently. Sends another one foul. You can tell she kind of stepped her front foot out just a little bit on that one. Had to reach out there, just tap that one. Had her bat moving already. Got underneath it and fouled it backwards. 0-2 hole after 2 foul balls. Here's the pitch. That one goes way outside. Ball 1. Let's get a good one to hit now. Here's the pitch from Smith. Sends it right back at her. Hits her in the glove. Underhands it over to first base. To Franzel for out number 1. Now here's the cleanup. Lily Ferguson. 0 for 2 here tonight is Lily. 2 flyouts. 1 to center, 1 to third. Here's the pitch from Smith. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball inside. Lily up to bat now, just 1 away and a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pardon me. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Absolutely great evening for softball. Weather doesn't get much better than this. Here's the pitch. Swings through for strike 2. Lily now sets up more in the center of the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Smith. I think it hit off the knob or maybe her hand a little bit. Yeah, I think it caught the side of her hand there. Down around the knob of the bat. So that's going to go down as a foul ball. Trying to decide, I think, the home plate umpire. No, he's just checking on her. Caught her on the hand, but I guess the foul ball was off of her hand when she tried to swing through. And another one inside. Another ball. As I said earlier in the broadcast, Smith not afraid to throw inside. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3, and Lily doesn't like it, and I don't like it either, but I'm not going to go into it because I've talked enough about balls and strikes here this evening and how the strike zone has been opportunistic. Now here's Presley West, walked in her previous at-bat. With 2 away and 5-1 lead. Ball inside. Taking a second to retie her shoe is Smith. 1-0 count. Ball high. 2-0 count. We are officially at the 7 o'clock hour, so we'll do a little station identification for you. You are listening to 92.3 WFKN. We appreciate you joining us here. That's a shot out to center field. Running underneath it is Cardwell, trailing into right center field for out number 3. So Lady Cats go 3 up, 3 down after a 3 up, 3 down inning of their own, and that is the bottom of the 5th inning. Lady Cats are going to head into the top of the 6th with a 5-1 lead here. And it's time to get into what they call the championship innings here in the softball game. We'll return live on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Top of the 6th inning. Your Lady Cats are back out on the defensive side of the field. That means Chloe Smith is back in the circle. She's just on ball 1. The leadoff hitter for the Lady Bears. Sends a grounder over to Addie Shelton. She picks it up cleanly, fires it over to Presley West for out number 1, and that retires number 24, Brielle Belcher. Now here comes number 16, Carrington Hunt. One of those hitters averaging .537 on the year, which is just an insane stat. Takes ball 1 as it skips in. Hunt, a senior. Chloe sets, wind up, pitch, strike 1. 1-1 count with 1 away. Lady Cats still leading 5-1 here in the top of the 6th. Still holding steady at 76 degrees as we prepare for yet another beautiful Franklin-Simpson sunset. Here's the pitch. That's off the plate, goes for ball 3. 3-1 count now. Here's the pitch. Goes ball 4. That's a walk for Chloe. I think that might be the first walk we've seen from Chloe tonight. If not, it's the second. Yeah, that's just the second walk we've seen from Chloe here tonight, which is showing great control for the limited amount of innings that she's had out there in the circle. Runner goes over the head of Addie Shelton, in there for a base hit. Piper West gloves it. Runner is going to come in. Runner's going to go all the way home. That's going to be a play at the plate, and she's going to be in there safe. Carrington Hunt showing off the speed, getting from first to home. On the line drive over the top of Addie Shelton's head. Tell you what, if she'd been 2 inches taller, we might have had that one. On that slide, it tore her pants all up. Big hole. This turf out here is still pretty tough. Now that's a grounder at Addie Shelton. She bobbles it quickly, and she can't pick it up. It was a hot potato, and that runner is safe over at first. Mode will get courtesy runner in nice winner. And this is where we tend to see things run into trouble, is after a hit, you get an error, and that allows somebody else on base, and the runner will move around. And Lady Cats are looking at a 5-2 lead with runners on the corners just like that. Runner does go after a swinging strike. Gets past Co. will return back to first. I guess that was a foul tip. I didn't see it hit the bat. I thought it just fell out of Jaden's glove. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Oh. I thought that right there might have been yet another foul tip ball, but guess not. Runner does advance to second. There was a play at second base there where she kind of slowed up and jogged on into second. Unable to get the glove on her, though, in time. Swinging is strike three as ring up another strikeout for Chloe Smith. Her third of the game for out number 2. Here comes Madison Jones. She's having herself a pretty good game here tonight. Reach base safely, 2 for 2. Runners on second and third. That one gets out of Chloe's hand and bounces nicely off that backstop, which I've discussed many times in our broadcasts. If you've ever listened to our broadcast here in Link, I've talked several times about that baseball as well, how we've got a cinder block backstop, and it not real deep back here at Franklin-Simpson High School. Sometimes it'll take a nice opportunistic bounce back to the catcher, and Chloe throws strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike now in the 5-2 lead. Runners still out there on second and third. We could use another ring up a strikeout or something with a bat, putting the ball on the ground. To this infield. Here's the pitch. Changeup goes low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Needing to bear down a little bit now is the senior. Here's the pitch. Blows that one past her and does just that. Bears down and gets strike 2. And that runs the count full, as Jones can't catch up to that one. Smith gets the signal. Here's the windup. Here comes the payoff. Foul ball down third baseline. Runners on second and third. We're moving pretty quickly. Running on anything right now. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's going to be a 5-3 game on the pass ball. Goes back to runners on the corners now. And here comes number, I believe that's number, is that 15? Here comes head coach Todd Cottle. Here comes Piper West. Piper West is going to come on in relief now. I believe we're going to see Jaden Coe go out towards right field as she runs into the dugout. And Chloe Smith is going to go put on her catcher's gear. So we're going to take ourselves a 30-second break, and we'll be right back with you live on 92.3 WFKN.
Shotgun snap, he's blitzed, throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves, he caught it! Signal a touchdown! The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down.
Connected and powered up.
Welcome back in, everybody. 92.3 WFKN, your home for Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcats Athletics. We've got ourselves a ball game all of a sudden out here, and the visiting Lady Bears from Butler County have put up 2 runs here in the 6th and made it a 5-3 ball game. They got runners on second and third after a pass ball, scores 1, and Chloe Smith is going to head back behind the plate now. She was doing a great job out there in the circle, just unable to complete this one, just run out of gas perhaps. And here comes the star of the game against Russellville on in relief, Piper West. Piper had 12 strikeouts in the previous game out of the possible 14 batters that she faced. And Jaden Coe, who was behind the plate, is going to head out to right field. So the development of Piper West has been a big-time story for this Lady Cats softball team. And the sun is officially down in behind the clouds out there, out west and behind the trees. So now we're going to take a look and see what senior number 19, Taylor Smith, can do against the 7th grader. Take strike one. Taylor Smith hitting .340. Runners remain on the corners. 0-1 count. Swings through at strike two. 0-2 count. West comes in and immediately gets ahead. Here's the pitch. Swings through, ring up one for Piper West, who's becoming a quick learn, a quick study, I should say, and a strikeout specialist, and gets out of the inning just like that. 3 pitches and 3 strikes. Lady Cats still on top as they get their bats warmed up for the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with you on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
WRECC.com.
Leading off in the bottom of the 6th inning is going to be freshman left fielder number 1, Ansley Holland. She steps into the batter's box with a 5-3 lead against the visiting Butler Lady Bears. Waiting on deck is going to be junior Kylie Scott. 0-1 count to Holland, though. She's going to take ball 1. Piper West coming on in relief there in the top of the 6th inning, throwing 3 strikes for her first strikeout of the game. That was a oddly hit ball by Ansley Holland. That thing, it had so much spin on it that it looked like it was heading directly to the second baseman, Tomes of Butler County, and when it hit the field, it bounced left with all the spin, but either way, she's retired over at first base for out number 1. Now here comes Kylie Scott. See if she can get something going. Foul ball. Out of play. Kylie, a right-handed hitter. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled back into the net. Kylie with a very nice, technically sound swing. Comes from a family of athletes. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high. 1-2 count now. An older brother down in Florida playing junior college baseball right now. Franklin-Simpson graduate. Here's the pitch. Another one ball high. Count goes 2-2. Could due to find some green grass here. Goes ball 3 up and in. As we were blanked in the previous inning. Here's pitch. And that's a walk there for Kylie Scott. In her previous at-bat, she had a sac bunt to move the runners from first and second to second and third. And now here comes Piper West. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, out of play. Close to us back here. 0-1 count now, 1 on and 1 away. Still holding on to that 5-3 lead, but we could stand to add to it here. Oh my goodness. Strike 2. Get out your 9-iron, Piper. Swings through on that one. That's a bloop. That's going to go over the third baseman's head, and a great play there by the shortstop, Carrington Hunt. She runs from shortstop all the way over behind the bag to third to retrieve that ball as Smith was way in on the infield. Here comes Ava Holland up to bat now, center fielder. Made a great play. Previous inning on a catch out there. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swings through, fouled off, strike 1. The wind has all completely died out there, it appears. As we continue to look at that beautiful horizon. Another ball for ball 2. Smith is getting set. Here's the pitch. That's strike 2. Here's the pitch. Sent. Get out of here. Ball out in foul territory. Just out of play there for Belcher, the left fielder. Hey, tonight is the NFL draft, and as expected, taken with the number 1 overall pick in the draft by the Las Vegas Raiders is Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Another one sent out of play there by Ava Holland. No surprise there with Fernando Mendoza being taken number 1. The count is 2-2 to number 22, Ava Holland. There's ball high and outside there for a 3-2 count now. In the on-deck circle is Chloe Smith, with a number 2 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The New York Jets select edge rusher from Texas Tech, David Bailey. As Ava continues to fight and sends another one foul. The reason I'm reporting right now on what the NFL is doing is because I am just so doggone curious what's going to happen here with this number 3 pick in the NFL Draft. I'm dying to know if they do what they've been talking about out in Arizona and take Jeremiah Love, whom the Titans appear to really want. Going down to second is Kylie Scott, and there was nobody there. Emmeline Mode threw it out into center field, I guess you could say. But Ava Holland walks on ball 4, and now, just as it did in the previous bottom of the 6th inning, bases aren't loaded, but there's 2 on for the second time here tonight. And here comes senior number 8, Chloe Smith. I'm going to go on and stand up because I just love watching Chloe in these situations. Like, this is an absolute delight. She's set up way far back in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. It goes way goes outside for strike 1. Now she has to scoot up because, I mean, here's the pitch. Goes ball one inside when it was 6 inches closer to the plate than the previous pitch. 1-1 count to the senior. Called strike two, and Chloe doesn't like that one. She didn't say anything about the previous strike call, but she didn't like that one. That one was much closer to a strike, but we'll see. 1-2 count with 2 on, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Hammered up the middle. That's going to score one at least, and Holland will remain. Nope, she's going to go to third and slide in safely, and that's going to bring Chloe all the way up to second. I think you're going to count that as an RBI double. Chloe Smith continues to just hammer away when they pitch to her. And here comes Addie Shelton, and Mode wants to talk it over with Smith out there before they allow the Lady Cats to do any more damage. Addie Shelton has been big in these big situations. We've seen it time and time again throughout the midway point of this season. Second on the team in doubles. She gets settled into the batter's box. Ball inside. Smith hanging in there. Another ball inside. 2-0 count now with 2 away and 2 on. Ball up in the zone for ball 3. Jaden Coe in the on-deck circle. He's transitioned out to right field now. Here's the pitch. Swings through. Strike one. Now here's the pitch. Sends that one out to right field. Back. Oh, she dropped it. 1 run will score. A second run will score. And sliding into second, Belcher unable to hold on, caught it in her glove, and it popped up, and she almost snow-coned it, and then it falls out freely, and the Lady Cats scored 2 more. Ava Holland and Chloe Smith come all the way around to score from second and third. And Addie Shelton ends up on second base. Jaden. Jaden Coe takes strike one. Okay. I have to remind myself I'm on the radio sometimes. And now she swings through and gets one past first base, but they're going to throw. Oh, my goodness. They nearly threw her out over there at first. And Jaden took an awkward step on first base, but Belcher trying to make up for that error out there in right field. Nearly threw Coe out over at first. Now here comes Lily Ferguson with runners on the corners and 2 away. An opportunity to do work here. Lily is Lily is 0 for 3 in this one. And with the number 3 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals have selected running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love. Wow. Wow. Here's the pitch. And she gets plunked. And Lily does not like it. I don't blame her. She's been getting thrown into all night long. Continued to throw in and in and in. Now the bases are loaded for the super sophomore Presley West. Takes ball 1 inside. One ball, no strikes, 2 away to Presley. Here's the pitch. That's called strike 1. We need to get some.
Go Presley.
1-1 count, 2 away. Watch a strike 2 go by now. Presley's going to have to step in and be much more aggressive. Smith with 4 strikeouts here through 6 innings worth of work. Here's the pitch. Goes outside. Ball 2. Two count, 2 away, and bases juiced. Sent out a little bloop over to second. Oh, got underneath it just a little bit too much, did Presley, to Tomes for out number 3, and the Lady Cats strand 3. But not before they did some damage and extend their lead from a 2-run lead all the way up to a 5-run lead as Chloe Smith drives 1 home and 2 more driven home off the bat of Addie Shelton when there was an error out in right field. So we're going to take a 30-second break and regroup, and we'll be right back with you on 92.3 WFKN.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Top of the 7th inning, and your Lady Cats got an 8-3 lead after expanding upon their already 2-run lead and getting 3 more tacked on there in the bottom of the 6th inning off the bats of Chloe Smith and Addie Shelton. Fantastic work by these young ladies, and on in relief in the circle is Piper West, who probably had to take a moment to get her arm warmed back up, as that seemed to be quite a long half of an inning there. And leading off here for the visiting Lady Bears is going to be number 4, Carly Cardwell. Center fielder for Lady Bears, swings through it, strike 1. Piper has thrown 4 pitches and has 4 strikes. Here's the pitch. Sent out to right field. That's a deep shot. That's a home run. I think Carly Cardwell even surprised herself right there with that one, as that one just kept swinging. I mean, no, she's got 2 home runs on the year. She has some home run power. But her mama sure is happy, my goodness. I'm assuming that's her mama. Congratulations, young lady. That's a big hit right there in the top of the 7th. Lady Cats still got a 4-1 lead, but what a base knock that was. I mean, that was opposite field. She got a lot of bat on the ball right there. That's got to be a heavy swing there from Carly Cardwell to get that opposite field home run. That was a shot out to right field over the top of Jaden Coe. I mean, it cleared the fence a few feet, but either way, that's a good hit. As Piper throws ball 1 to number 10, Miley Franzel. After I was just pumping her up, and swings through. That time it's Franzel for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Jams her up and fouls it off for strike 2. I won't lie to you, man. I'm pretty upset about Jeremiah Love going to the Cardinals right now. I really was hoping that the Titans would be able to pick him up. I know, Will Cody, if you're listening, you don't care about the Titans, as he is a Commanders fan through and through. Ring up another one for Piper West. She gets first out here of Top of the 7th inning for her second strikeout. Tennessee Titans have selected with the number 4 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, wide receiver from Ohio State, Carnell Tate. That is a surprising pick right there from Titans GM Mike Borgonzi, if you ask me. That is not who I expected. They go to get help, I guess, for their number 1 overall pick from a season ago, and Cam Ward, the quarterback out of Miami, who had a okay first season behind center for the Titans. And next thing we know, he's getting a number 4 overall pick and wide receiver from Ohio State, Carnell Tate, as number 24, Brielle Belcher, the 8th grader, right fielder, tries to make up for that error in the previous inning and hits a base knockout to right field. And with 1 away, the Lady Bears will not go quietly into the night. Well, this is a development in the draft if I've ever seen one. Foul ball there to number 16, Carrington Hunt. Hunt has had herself a good ball game here tonight against the Lady Cats. She's played well from short. Scored a couple of runs for the Lady Bears. Had a couple of hits. Oh, wobbler bounced back to Piper West. She fields it cleanly, though. Had a ton of spin on it. It was almost like a tennis ball the way it came through. I tell you, I could sit here and talk about NFL draft stuff with you for the next hour, but I know that my producer, Kendra, wants to go home. So 2 away with a runner on second. Piper West trying to send everybody home here. 7:32 in the evening. Playing underneath the lights. Foul ball. Off the bat of number 12, Tinsley Belcher. Tinsley playing left field. Carnell Tate, man, I just don't see it. I don't see him as a number 1 receiver. Excellent route runner, good size. Another foul ball there off the bat of Tinsley Belcher. I mean, it's as if the Titans have been trying to replace A.J. Brown since they lost him in what was just the final nail in the coffin of the John Robinson GMing error there at Tennessee, if you ask me. Ooh. That's been a strike all night right there, Blue, but didn't call that one to end the game as that goes for ball 1. 2 strikes against Belcher. Here's the pitch from West. It was ball high. 2-2 count now. So hopefully Carnell Tate will be more than what I believe that he is. We shall see on the Ward-Tate connection. Reaches out there and touches that one. Does Belcher. Sends it out of play. Another foul ball. 2-2 with 2 away. Lady Cats with this 8-4 lead, trying to get out of this ball game. Piper with the pitch. Another foul ball out of play. Piper was trying to figure out who was going to throw her a ball. She's got one. She holds on to that resin bag a lot, keeps her hand dry. 2 count now to Belcher. Here's the pitch, a good battle. Another foul ball. Belcher will not go quietly into the night. Another foul ball. What a battle here to try to close up the game. Trade alert. Chiefs have traded up to number 6, and the Browns trade back to number 9. Wonder who the Chiefs are trading up to get. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Belcher battling the 7th grader West. Here's the pitch. That's a fair ball down the right field line. That's going to score a run, and Tinsley Belcher will be in at least for a triple. Won by the hitter. My goodness, what an incredible battle that was, and now it's an 8-5 ball game with 2 away. That was something else. And now here comes number 6, Emmeline Mode, the .537 batting average hitter who I think has hit or reached base in every at-bat that she's had here tonight. No, she did not reach base in her first at-bat. Now we don't get that call. Now that's not a strike. It's been a strike all night long, and now it's a ball. Okay. Runner on third for Mode. I mean, talk about a great career ahead of her, though. I mean, a .537 hitter is just an 8th grader. Sitting back there catching all game long. Takes ball 2. Need West to settle in here. Swings through strike 1. Now maybe that gets her confidence back up a bit. I mean, as many pitches as that was, I think it was like 12 against Belcher. I mean, that was such a battle. Swings through a strike 2. That can rock a pitcher's confidence after losing something like that. Now we're right back to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Against the big hitter from the Lady Bears. Here's the pitch. Goes outside for ball 3. Runs the count full. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a base hit as well over to right field. Jaden Coe fields it cleanly, sends it in, and Mode reaches safely at first base. And another Lady Bear run scores. 8-6 ball game. Now here comes the pitcher, 8th grader Callan Smith. Callan Smith hits .304. Here's the pitch. Foul ball down the first base line. Carnell Tate has a message for his new quarterback, Cam Ward. It's, "I'm always open." Well, it's whatever receivers got to say. 0-1 count with 2 away, runner on first. Here's the pitch, popped up. Presley West has squeezed it and out number 3. Oh, I thought she was going to overrun it momentarily, but she stayed pat and squeezed it for out number 3. And your Lady Cats are 8-6 winners. Nearly an identical score. And as they won the first game of the season 8-7, this one finishes 8-6 here at 7:39 in the evening. And I'll stop talking about football anymore. But, hey, the NFL Draft is a really fun event. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know we're talking about Lady Cats here. Congratulations to your Lady Cats. Congratulations.